Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we've got this brand new stamp set called Butterfly Brilliance, which is available now. There will be a link below if you want to have a look. It is a one-piece stamp. So it literally is just one piece. We had a look at it the other day. And it's really great that you've just got this one piece. You can use it with a positioning tool like the Stamparatus, or you can use it with just a large background block. And you stamp it out in one and you get the whole image, which is really rather lovely. I've got all these little pieces left in here, but I'm going to do something with them because, as you know, I don't like wasting things. Now, I was saying the other day about me putting inside my cases just a plastic it's a little sandwich bag actually, and I keep all the pieces that I've coloured and I've done things with, and so I can then use them as and when I want. And while I was looking at this, I was thinking, do we really need any more butterflies? We have so many butterflies out in our various sets, and I thought, well, let's have a look and see what we've already got. So we have in Beauty Abounds, we've got these two lovely little butterflies, which I think are really rather sweet. We've got the Butterfly Gala, which is incredibly popular still, which is the stamp set with the butterflies, and you also have a punch. So you can punch both of them out and you've got the little bodies and things in there, lovely sentiments. So that's a really popular one. This comes with coordinating dies. There is one die which cuts the whole lot out in one, and then there's little filigree ones that go over the top. And I was thinking, well, I invested a while ago in the Butterfly Beauty Thinlit dies, and these have been around a little while, and you have again a very similar thing where you have one large, says me, can I get it out on my metal thing? One large butterfly, and you have an outside, and then you have, I have got them on 2 sheets, you have 3 sheets even. You have an inside, you know, a filigree part for going over, and again that's just one piece. You also have other lovely pieces in here as well. So you've got leaves and things going on, and you've got lots of little tiny butterflies as well, which I think are rather sweet. So, you know, I invested in this one because the dies that go with the stamp sets, that's where the expense is, because there's so many of them. And there are dies with this. I haven't invested in that because I thought I've got enough dies with butterflies on. I don't need another. That doesn't mean that you don't, you know, if you haven't got lots of butterflies, then maybe you do want to have them. And if you don't like fussy cutting, well, you get it fussy cut, you get it dyed out in one piece, which is rather good. Anyway, I thought that we would do a card amalgamating some of those things. And also I wanted to show you, so let's go back to my little bag. I tend to, so I've stamped out a couple of these, and then I tend to colour them in various different mediums, and they will then come out the way. Some of them I really like, some of them I don't, but I can amalgamate them in with other things. So I've got different butterflies. So I tend to do blues, I tend to do purplies and pinks and ones like that. And again, they're in different mediums. Not too sure of that one, but that's okay. I did an embossed one and then just did some gold on it. I've done sort of yellowy, orangey ones. I've done paler ones. And what I tend to do is I will stamp the whole piece out in one, and then I will take these little pieces and then we'll cut them out, and then I have a template. So when I've got time, I go, oh, okay, I'm going to colour this one. One of my favourites is blues, because I love blue butterflies. and I think they are just so pretty. I wanted to show as well, I've cut out the die that I was just showing you, and again I've got lots of pieces of those. So I then put them inside my bag, and then I can keep them in the stamp case. So if I want to do a quick card and I think, oh, I don't want to do any colouring or anything like that, it's all in there just waiting to go. So I thought I would show you, I've got two of these ones that I've done, so you can see the difference of the colouring. And some of these are done in blends and some of these are done with watercolours. So I thought we would have a go at doing a couple of these so you can see it. So I've got one that I've already stamped out from the whole sheet and then just cut up, so it's ready to go. So again, if you want just one butterfly for something, you stamp the whole lot, just cut them and put them in your case. So I'm going to use with this, I'm going to use our watercolour pencils and I'm going to use inks. So we have Pacific Point, we've got Balmy Blue, we've got Night of Navy, and we've got, is this a blue or a green? Coastal Cabana, and we've got this one which is Bermuda Bay. So all the blues I'm getting out, and I'm going to start with let's take the Coastal Cabana. Where's that one? That's Coastal Cabana. So I'm going to take this and literally I'm just taking the side of my pencil, and as I've always said to you, I am no artist. There are some amazing artists out there to follow. I'm just a regular stamper, but I do enjoy doing a bit of colouring. So I'm just taking this down first of all on here. So we've got this sort of quite nice and pale coming up through on here with the Coastal Cabana. Then I'm going to take, where's the Balmy Blue? I think I quite like that one. So I'm going to take the Balmy Blue in on the centre part. Like this. And again, you don't have to be overly precise with this. I'm going to use the ones that I've already done, because once you've done it, it does take a little while to dry. And I keep turning around and lots of people ask me, you know, what paper do you use? Are you using watercolour paper? And no, I don't. I use literally our new basic white paper, which is, for me, works absolutely perfectly. So I'm taking this round on here, and again, I'm not being overly precise. I'm just literally laying down a bit of colour like that. So that's the pencils, and as I say, you can do it a bit deeper if you want. Then I am going to take our inks. So I want the Pool Party. So what I need to do is to get I've got my blocks already being used for things, so let me just take a little block out. So I'm just going to take a little block out and just add a bit of colour on there. Just do it that way, so I've got a little bit more, because the Pool Party is quite pale. And then I want some Pacific Point, because Pacific Point is that really lovely, and in fact I've got a bit of a well in there, so I can use that. So let's just put that one in like that. I use, because our stamp pads last forever and ever, I have some of all different types. So I'm going to pick up some of this Pool Party, and then I'm going to colour in over the top. So what happens there is that you get the colour intensifies because you're taking the colour from here, but you've already got the pencils laid down first. And for me, I really like that because it gives that really nice extra part of colour in on there. And then I'm just going to take this up and blend these ones in because I want to keep that fairly straight in there. Then I'm going to get some of the blue and I'm going to start in on the side, and what will happen is that it will blend the colour that's already there, as you can see, and then you can just blend it down so that you don't have to have it too dark. So you can have your dark on the outside here, and as I say, this is just our standard Whisper White, basic white now, and it works absolutely perfectly. It really does. You know, you don't want to oversaturate it, so you're not going to spray it and do things like that first, but you know, it does work beautifully, and it gives that extra bit of colour coming in underneath because you've got the pencil being a watercolour pencil. As you add the water, you get those extra tones coming through. So I'm just going to take this round on the edge, on the bottom here, a little bit more, and then just bring that in and then blend that through with the other colours on there. And then I don't know whether I've done the other one, but you get the idea. Now if you want the centre of the body a little bit darker, you can take the blue as well, and so you can have the inside coming through quite dark, and just, you know, play around with it, play around with the colours and what's going on. But then all you have to do is to let it dry a bit, and you have a beautiful butterfly, which, as I say, you can see that's exactly how I did these ones there. So the three colours were just the pencils, and then Pool Party and Pacific Point. So you can then, as I say, I just put that to one side, allow it to dry, and then I can use it, put it in my bag. I can use it when I want, but I really like that. You could add Wink of Stella if you wanted to. So that's the butterflies, and I've done both of those two like that, and I think I'm going to use those ones today. So piece of Whisper White cardstock, cut as you want. Whoops, I need to replace my blade in my trimmer because it's getting a little bit raggedy on there, but it'll be okay. So I thought we would take a mixture of all the sets that I was talking about. So we're going to start with Beauty Abounds because we have got two lovely butterflies in there. So we've got this one and we've got that one. And we are going to create, I've already got them out, so they'll work on a little tiny block. And I'm using the Pool Party. And I'm going to take a bit of scrap paper underneath so that it's not going to go onto my grid paper. And you are literally just going to stamp quite randomly the butterfly. Have one off on that side, all over like that. Then we're going to take, so that's one. Then we're going to take the, I'm just getting my Simply Chamois to give it a clean. Then we're going to take the other little butterfly in that set. So that's the Beauty Abounds. and we're going to do this one in, I'm going to take Smoky Slate because I want a colour that's neutral that complements it. So we'll take this one, and again we're just going to randomly stamp them all over. One in like that, so that'll do. So you've given yourself a quick, simple, easy beginning of a background. Now I've left quite a bit of space in there because there's a reason for that. We're going to build up with some die cuts and things like that, which I thought would be quite nice. So I can take that out of the way because I'm not going to make a mess anymore. And we're now going to put it onto a base. So I've got a complementing blue base. You can use Pacific Point, you can use Night of Navy, you can use Misty Moonlight. Any of the blues will work, and we're just going to put that on there like that. So let me grab my glue, which I've got upside down here ready to go. Oh, I need my scissors at the same time. Let me just grab my scissors. I have them in a pot just out of reach on the other side of my desk. So we're going to put this one in on here. Now I always, as I've said to you before, I have a 1/4 of an inch border. You can use an 1/8 of an inch if you want. 1/4 of an inch is just my my preferred. So we're going to put this in on here, line it up as best as we can. Lovely. And then I've taken a little strip. So sentiment wise, I've taken Best Wishes from the art gallery, and I've just got a little strip because we're going to put that little strip sort of down on here somehow. So I've got these 2 butterflies. I'm going to put these up. So because they've been watercoloured, and as I say, I've fussy cut mine out because I don't have the dies, but the stamp itself is a really good price point. In the UK, it's only £16, which I think is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to put it on with, am I going to put it with dimensionals or am I going to glue it? Ooh, it's difficult. I'm going to glue it just to show you that you can glue it and you don't have to worry about the height too much. So let me just put this down in here. I need to get up on the antenna with my glue. There we are. So I'm using a reasonable amount of wet glue, and then I'm just going to put this one in just on the top here, and then just press it down. So that's come out like that. So that's just covered up the background a little bit. And then I'm going to have the other one, I think down at the bottom, just like that. Yeah. So I'm not having them in different, flying just slightly in different directions is what I'm trying to say. You don't want, I have to concentrate while I'm gluing and doing things. It's that multitasking, isn't it? So this one I'm going to take just at a slightly different angle because I don't want them looking exactly the same because it makes it look too uniform. So we're just going to put this one down and again just press it down so that it sticks. Now if you want to do it, you can take it on the other side and you can give it a rub, and that will ensure that it's glued down quite nicely and it's lying flat. Okay, so now I've got this little strip and I'm literally, you could emboss it if you wanted to. I'm not a great embosser. I tend to use things as they are. I try to be as least fiddly, shall we say, as I can. So this I'm just gluing right the way across, and we're putting it in at an angle about sort of halfway down, and then I can just take my snips on the other side and just take those up straight, and that will give it a nice little bit of an angle on there. Okay, so we've got that going on there, and then I've got my best wishes, which I'm just going to put over the top. I've sponged around the side because my piece is not wide. I didn't want a wide piece. It made it look a bit too messy, so I'm literally just sponge the edges, which just gives that that little bit of pop to it, and I'm just going to put it sort of down in on the center like that. Okay, so now I told you about all those extra lovely little bits that you've got in that die set, and I thought I would use some of and the die set is the Butterfly Beauty Thinlits. I will put a link down below to it because, as I say, it's one that I invested in quite a while ago now, and it's been around a long time. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's going to be one of the ones that retires, but you can get it at the moment. But like a lot of things, if you've already still got it, you know, get it out and have a go with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of these, and it's going to be sort of fairly random, so I'm not concentrating too much about where I'm going to put them. It's just about adding extra bits of texture. So I'm going to have one just down there like that, I think. There's different sort of shapes, so I want to have the other one that's exactly the same. There's two different shapes of these butterflies, but they make lovely little accents. And it's like everything, we buy stamp sets and we buy dies and things, and then we use them when they first come out, and then we start to forget about them and go like, oh yes, I've still got that one, and we don't use them. And I'm very much, I like to use all my things. I don't get rid of very much at all, because I'm always, you know, if I have a special card to make for somebody, you always know that you can find what you're looking for, because we've got so much. So I'm going to put that one right down on there like that, and then I'm just going to dot about. So let's have, putting little bits of glue, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not sure how many I've got. Let's hope I've got 7. So these are these tiny weeny little ones, which is, I think, are absolutely lovely. So we're just going to start by just putting those on. Pick them up. The Take Your Pick tool is invaluable for this. So we can put that on there. And that one can go there. And that one can go in on this one, and you can see I'm turning them around as I'm putting them down, because I quite like them just sort of flying in different directions. So, and by just sort of dotting the glue about, you do get that sort of randomness to it. You know, with the background, you don't want it too over the top. That's fine. I did have more than that. So then we can step back and just have a little look and go, is that perfect? Do I want another couple in there? Yes, I do. How many have I got? I've got 3 more. So I'm going to have one there, I want one up here. And I think that might be it. I might put one down on here actually. Let's have another one just there. Okay, so, and as I say, it's a way of, if you really like butterflies, you're using quite a few of the different ones that we've got. And if you only like certain types of butterflies, it's giving you a bit of a idea of what we've got currently in all of the different different ones we've got. Now, where was that other little bit? It was right up the top, wasn't it? Let's just pop that in on there, over the top there. Okay, so you've now got the butterfly card with lots of texture going on. So you've got the stamped part at the bottom, you've then got the butterflies over the top, and you've got the butterflies on the top. And I think that that makes for a really pretty card. Put it on a white background, and you've got a really lovely card. So quick recap of what we used. The Butterfly Brilliance, which is the brand new one that's come out for these very detailed butterflies. Then the Beauty Abounds for these two for the background. Then the Butterfly Beauty Thinlits, which were for the other little butterfly die cuts out. So as I say, I think that that's made a really pretty card. Thank you so much as always for watching. Please stay safe, stay well, and be kind. Bye-bye.